Hi, everybody. This is Eileen with EileenGoesLean-VSG coming to you today on Wednesday, November 15th, 2017. If you are a new viewer, welcome so much. Welcome. I'm happy to have you. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. First of all, I had a vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery on January 24th, 2017 at Roger Williams Medical Center here in Providence, Rhode Island with Dr. Pohl. And let's kind of get into the stats. Actually, before I do that, I want to apologize. I did not come at you last week because I was really busy, but also because I actually had a gain last week of over 1 pound. And I was not feeling so hot about that. That wasn't the only reason I didn't make the video. I actually got quite busy each day, and I just didn't have a chance to do it. And actually, I was busy yesterday as well. Normally, my normal day for updates is Tuesday. I was very tied up yesterday all day, and I was tied up again today. But I said, I'm going to just go ahead and do the video. So let me get into the stats. And again, I apologize. I got to look at my calendar on my phone because I don't know what the numbers are. I should, but I don't know them. So as I mentioned, I actually had a gain as of last Tuesday. And then as of yesterday, I was actually down the gain plus more. So let's get right into it. So since Halloween 2016, which is now a year and a couple of weeks ago, I've lost 142.8 pounds, 142.8. Yay! And since surgery on January 24th, I've lost 105.6 pounds. So that's amazing to me, truly amazing. And the numbers that I just talked about were as of yesterday, but they were still the same today, which means they're real. And that's a great thing. So I feel really good about that. I'm going to try to make a kind of a short update today. I just have a few things I'd like to make observations about. And also, I did not do what I eat in a day because I can't figure out how to tape little things and then put them together. I'm working on that, but I don't know how to do it just right this minute. And what I eat in a day, I eat basically, I'll tell you quickly, I eat basically the same stuff every day. So for breakfast every day, I have 2 to 3 ounces, it's more like 3 ounces these days, of boar's head low sodium ham, 1 egg with that, and 1/2 ounce of cheddar cheese. I put all of that in the microwave. I nuke it for 1 minute. The cheese melts. It tastes good. I love it. I have it every single day. The only time I don't have it is if I'm not home. Like if I'm overnight somewhere, then I don't have it. And for the eggs, what I do is I buy foil cupcake tins that are 6 in a tin, and I put my eggs in a 350-degree oven. I spray the pan with Pam or cooking spray, and I put the eggs in there. I sprinkle a little salt and pepper on them, put them in a 350-degree oven for 20 minutes, and then I have 6 eggs. So I eat one the day I cook them, and then I eat them for the next 5 days, and then I make another batch. That's what I've been doing. That's my routine, and I really look forward to breakfast. I love that. It's always good. I'm not sick of it yet, and I love it. So that's what I have every day for breakfast. For lunch, I have some sort of protein. If I'm home, it's some sort of deli chicken or turkey or something rolled up with some low-fat cheese, maybe some mozzarella cheese, and some cherry tomatoes and a pickle. If I'm out, it's a salad, small salad with some protein on it. Usually if I'm out, it's chicken or it might be steak, but it's some protein on it. And then dinner is catch as catch can. So today, I actually had the egg thing for breakfast. I had a salad for lunch. I was out for lunch. I had a nice salad for lunch. So for dinner, I'll just have a couple of ham and cheese roll-ups, and we'll call it a day, and I'll be done. I'm not really very hungry, but I want to make sure I get my protein in. As for macros, I do not count really anything except for my protein grams, but as a rule, I don't eat carbohydrates. We'll get into that in a minute, but as a rule, I don't eat carbohydrates. I just don't. So that's that. Okay, what did I want to talk about this week? I'm already 5 minutes in, and I'm going to make a short video. How do you like those apples? Anyway, what I'd like to talk about is something that I was pointed out to me last week and was very helpful to me this current week. I went to the person that I refer to as my fat doctor, which is a horrible thing to refer to her as, but when I'm discussing with other people that don't know what I'm talking about, that's how I discuss her. She's actually a medical weight loss doctor. That's her specialty, and I think I've spoken of her here before on my videos. But she gets it. She is a tiny little bit of a thing, under 5 feet probably, and she lost 60 pounds probably 12 years ago and has kept it off. And she gets it. She totally gets it. Unlike other doctors that never have had an issue with weight, she gets it. She gets that it's as much here as it is anywhere else. And, she gets it. So I've seen her. I saw her before I had the surgery, and then I saw her one other time this year. And I saw her last week, and I'm seeing her again one more time before the end of the year because of my insurance. Because of the surgery, I maxed out on my out-of-pocket on my insurance. So I am able to see her without any copay. So that's why I'm seeing her. I would, I don't want to have to pay for the appointments, but what I get from her is so worth it. Anyway, babbling again. Anyway, she's a weight loss professional. So she was very happy about where I am. And, we talk about things like food addiction and the psychological issues of having an eating disorder and all of that. And, clearly I am a food addict. I'm a food addict. And this surgery has been a fantastic tool for me. But, addiction is addiction, and it is still something that needs to be dealt with. Anyway, I was talking to her about Halloween and how I got through without the candy, and then I was talking about a few other things. And she mentioned to me about sugar. And I mentioned in my last video, I had a P3 for lunch one day, which is something that I didn't talk about what was in it, but it had some cubed cheese, it had some cubed ham, it had some cashews, and it had some chocolate-covered craisins. And, it had 17 grams of protein and blah, blah, blah. And it was like an okay thing for me to have. However, the sugar in the chocolate that was coating the craisins is something that could have caused a problem for me and may in fact have caused a problem for me, because after Halloween I actually did eat some candy. And I'm coming clean, I ate some candy. Did I eat anywhere near the amount I would have eaten before? No. I ate these little tiny candy bars, and I had maybe a couple. One night I may have had 4. And then I was like, this candy's got to get out of here. I actually brought it I go to a group on Thursdays for job search, and I actually brought the candy with me there and said, please put it somewhere where I'm not going to see it and other people can eat it, but it's got to get out of my house. So anyway, so I did eat a little bit of candy, but it got me thinking, I wondered, why am I eating candy? I don't even really want it. And it probably had something to do with the fact that I have the chocolate-covered craisins. So I have to be really careful about what I eat. And so when I say I don't eat carbs as a rule, I just don't, because I don't want to open that can of worms. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to do it. I just, because I have trouble controlling that stuff. And I've mentioned that here before. Things like sun chips, candy, that sort of thing. I have trouble controlling that. I'm never going to overeat on the ham or the egg or the cheese. I probably could overeat on the cheese, but I'm not going to. But anything that's processed carb, crackers, chips, anything like that, I can just totally OD on those. And I have not overdone it on those since surgery, but I don't want to. And that was probably my biggest issue, one of my biggest issues before I had the surgery. So anyway, so just, a caution for me at least. I really can't be eating chocolate and sugar in any way, not even just one. Because one can lead to more, and that's not something that I want to deal with again. So that's that observation. The other thing that happened this week that I found interesting is, 2 things. One is an NSV and one is an observation. So the NSV is that I went to a wedding on Friday that was such a fun wedding, and it was with 2 former coworkers got married. And so I was at the coworker table, coworker/client table, which was a fun table, and it was a really beautiful wedding, and these are 2 beautiful, beautiful people. I'm so thrilled that they got married, and so thrilled that I was part of their wedding and got to share that day with them. Anyway, so the wedding was fun, and guess what? I danced. So I have a really, really bad knee, but I have both knees are not great, and my left knee is bad, really bad. It's bone on bone. I need to have a knee replacement, and I'm not on board with that right this minute. In any case, I danced. I didn't move around on my feet a lot, but I was able to stand with my left knee kind of bent and kind of move my upper torso, and I danced. Not just once, not twice, not three times. I danced to four songs. Four. Four songs at a wedding, which is fantastic. So I'm very excited about that. And that's truly an NSV because honestly, I have been to multiple weddings. This is my third wedding this year, and I've not danced at any of them. I didn't really think I could because of my knee and this and that. And you know what? Who cares if I'm moving around the dance floor? I'm moving around, I'm enjoying myself, and that's a huge NSV for me. And I didn't feel like everything was jiggling around and bouncing, and it felt really good, and I enjoyed it. So that's my NSV. And then lastly, I have an observation, and my observation is around water consumption. And since I've had surgery, I've not ever had a problem getting my water in. I always have gotten my water in, and at least 64 ounces, no problem, every single day. Maybe right after surgery. No, but even then, I think I got in all the water I needed to. Anyway, so this was at the wedding. I slept overnight at a friend's house, and the next morning I got up and I had coffee for the first time since my surgery. I had a cup and a half of coffee with just cinnamon in it. So I had that, and then I took just a little bit of seltzer to take my pills, but I never had my 24 ounces of water that I always start my day with, and I just didn't bring it with me, and I didn't think about it, and I just didn't have it. And by the time I got home, I came home fairly early. I was home by 11:30 in the morning. By the time I got home, I was hungry, and I had my egg delight that I just talked about. Um, but I didn't feel that great, and I was feeling a little funny, and I was feeling off. And then we did a bunch of stuff, and then we went visiting, and next thing you know, it's 5:30 at night, and I am saying to my husband, I don't feel well. I feel almost like I'm motion sick. I don't really feel myself. I feel like something's off. I don't know what it is. I just feel off. And then I realized I had had no water that day. None. Zero. Nada. So I marched myself right out to the store and got myself a 24-ounce bottle of water and proceeded to drink that. But I didn't have enough water that day. And so the point I want to make is that at least for me, if I don't have my water, I really feel it. And it could be a combination of having coffee and not having the water, but I did not have the water, and I really, really felt it. So there's something to be said for drinking your water and following the rules of the whole surgical procedure, because I think that helps us be successful in the end. Anyway, I have now babbled for 13 minutes. That's what happens when I miss a week. I will be back next week. I hope that you're all having a great week, and by having a great week, I mean that you're finding peace, that you're being kind to others and yourself, and that you are exactly where you want and need to be. So with that, I will say see you next week. Peace and love to all.